Welcome to Cocktail Corner. I'm the Gnome, and this is Gnome's Tavern. And I've got an exciting cocktail today. So, I don't know if you people know, but I love Bob's Burgers, and I actually love adult animation. American Dad was like my first love, but I really love Bob's Burgers. And Courtney and I watched probably way too much Bob's Burgers. And we went to go see the new Bob's Burgers movie. Now, Courtney thinks I'm more Linda, but I feel very strong connections to Gene. So put down in the comments if I'm a Linda or if I'm a Gene, because Courtney's definitely Bob. She's giving me mean looks right now. So we went to go watch the Bob's Burgers movie, and not to give any spoilers away, I'm going to try to do this as spoil-free as I can. Fischoeder and his brother Felix.
Who's that funny little wormy guy who poked out his brother's eye? It's Felix. It's Felix. And Felix is Mommy's favorite.
That's me! Yeah!
Works every time. My mother played bongos. Thank you. Bob, you were flat.
Are drinking at a bar, a really cool bar, and they came up with this drink, and I was kind of watching it, and Courtney was laughing at me because I was taking pictures trying to figure out what they put into this drink. And through my pictures, I gathered that they were using Bombay gin, cherry liqueur, and a 15-year-old scotch. Now, those 15-year-old scotches are like $90, which is more than all three of these ingredients combined. So, forgive me, we're going to use a 12-year-old scotch. Now, while they were making the drink, they literally just poured stuff into a glass, threw a couple cherries, and started to drink it. So, I'm going to put a little measurement, so it's not going to be true to the movie. I'm going to do a little measurement, but it looked like it was equal parts. So, we're going to start off this drink. It's going to be first 3/4 of scotch. And if you have 15-year scotch, use it. But I'm going to use 12-year scotch. Courtney was in the store, and she's just like, do you know how expensive 15-year-old scotch is? And I was like, I haven't had a clue. Apparently, it was more than the budget for the show. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll get that 15-year-old scotch. The next is going to be, actually they put in the gin next. So we'll go by the movie. They put in the gin next. I saw it was a blue bottle that said gin, so I'm going to guess that it was Bombay gin. I also like this gin, so I'm going to put 3/4 of Bombay gin. And now they had the cherry liqueur. Now, Felix, it looked like he dumped a lot more than Mr. Fischoeder. Calvin, if you want to be precise, because I guess they're both have the same name.
Hello, burger people. It's past rental clock.
But I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do equal parts 3/4. Kind of go more of Calvin's. And then we're going to put some ice. They stirred it with... we'll put one big block of ice. They stirred it with a bunch of straws, but we're going to stir it with a spoon. We're going to stir it with a little spoon. And then we're going to chuck in 2 cherries and give it another stir. So, 2 cherries. Now, they had regular cherries, but I'm going to use maraschino cherries. Courtney's making faces right now. But we'll give it another little stir. And this is, I guess, the Fischoeder's Fischoeder's cocktails. Let's give it a try. There's a lot of unique smells coming from here. It's actually not terrible. I could use a little bit of sweetness. It's pretty boozy, but it's really not terrible. It's really not. You get some of the scotch. It's really cherry. I'd probably go down on the cherry and add maybe a little simple, but it's not terrible. It's not something I'd probably order in a bar, but it's not as terrible as I thought it would be. Courtney wants to sip on it off camera. I think the maraschino cherries actually do help. It's not the worst thing I've drank on the show. That's not terrible. But Matt was I was talking with Matt trying to figure out the bottles and figure out if it's actually a cocktail. And so he did some research. And for all you who don't know, Matt is the guy who kind of has been basically been teaching me a lot about cocktails. And he actually found a cocktail that he thinks that they were trying to do on the show, but I don't think the Fischoeders are big mixologists. So he found a cocktail called the Baltimore, which had these similar ingredients, but it also had a little bit extra citrus. So we're going to do the Baltimore, and we're going to compare them and see if they were onto something. So first things first, this one's actually shaken. So that's the first little difference. And it's going to use 1/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And let's squeeze up 1/4 of an ounce. All right, 1/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Then it's going to do 1.5 ounces of our gin. Now the original recipe calls for Plymouth gin, but we're going by what they like to drink. So we're gonna say that they like this Bombay because they bought some of it for their other drink. So 1.5 ounces of gin. Now it's going to be 3 tablespoons of scotch. And I'm going to measure that out with my bar spoon. It's give or take a little bit close to that measurement. So we're going to... Oh, actually, I have a measurement right here. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons. Look at that. So we're going to do a little bit... Actually, I totally lied. I'm wrong. Boop.
3 tablespoons is the same thing as 1/2 ounce.
Yes, you are correct. And then we're going to do a bar spoon of... cherry. Boop. And then a dash of Angostura. So this one's a little bit. This is the Baltimore. It always reminds me of that Family Guy clip. I'm from Baltimore. We don't know. No, American Dad, not Family Guy. I'm sorry. American Dad. All right, let's shake her up. American Dad. We're from Baltimore. All right, now that we shook her up, we're going to strain it into a coupe glass. A very light drink, not too much. And then it is garnished with a cherry. So let's see which drink is better, the Fischoeder or this one right here. I'm gonna get myself a cherry. Bam. And then we will garnish with a cherry. Boom. All right. Let's try the Baltimore. I actually, strangely enough, I like this better. The Baltimore is really gin forward. And then I get like the aftertaste of cherry, which is kind of weird. This one, you know, it's really strong, but it also... But that scotch comes through a little bit better. I really like that scotch coming through than just like a light scotch with gin with the cherry. I think the scotch actually helps it, and the maraschinos also help the one. So I'm going to have to go Fischoeder.
That's the best version. That's coming to school. Everyone's going to be doing this tomorrow.
Not everyone.
Maybe because also, too, they control my rent. So, you know, I have to go with them. But tell me which one you think looks better. Which cocktail are you going to try? And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. What is your favorite adult cartoons? And am I Gene? Am I Linda? Let me know. And don't forget to always tip that bartender. Peace. Ooh.